Okay, in a previous video we have checked how to read the value and how to display the addition. Here we have taken two values from a keyboard and we are trying to display the addition, but here we are using separate input statement. Now we will check how to read multiple values using single input statement. Okay, I want to use it input statement as input any two numbers, like this I want to use, and those numbers I want to take as n1 n2. So first value is the n1 and second value is the n2, like this I want to take. Now if you check here, if I use here print n1 comma n2 like this, and if I run this code, run second, input any two numbers, if I give it like this, so check here, it gives error because here what it gives, too many values to unpack. We have given two values, it takes this 12 blank space 32 as everything as a string, because in previous exam we have checked us the whatever data we take from a keyboard, by default it considers that as a string, and to convert that into an integer we have to take int. So this, if we use only n1 n2 only n1, it works perfectly, no problem. Okay, if I run this, okay, it works because it will take 12 1 2 blank space 3 4 as a string, not 12 and 34, it will take 1 2 blank space 3 4 because blank space is a part of the string. So this works perfectly. But here now if I want to use this, then what we can do here is, so it will take this everything as a string. So whatever data we have taken as a string, then that data we can split the data. Okay, this is the beauty of Python. So we can split the data, and here we have to mention a character on which we want to split a data. So I can give here a blank, between two numbers I want to give here blank space. So what happens with this, so when we input 12 blank space 34, it will take 12 blank space 34 and this will split on blank space, so it will split 12 and 34 as a separate, and to n1 it gives 12 and to n2 it gives 34. If I run this and if I input 1 12 and 34, check this, it will take n1 as a 12, or I can give here this as for understanding, sorry, comma, and then on next line print number 2, like this for a better understanding. If I run this now, if I give 12 34, it gives you number 1 as 12 and number 2 as 34. Now if I try to print here addition, just like previous example, this will give no error. Okay, addition means no logical error. Okay, if I run this now, if I give 12 blank space 34, so it gives me 1 2 3 4 because first number is 12, second number is 34. By default it considers a string, and then plus sign, it concatenates the string, it joins the string. Okay, this is the problem. So now here we have to convert this, though it will take n1 and n2 as 12 and 34, we have to make here as a typecasting like integer n1. This we have to do compulsory. Okay, this is the extra task which we have to do. Now this will work. We have to typecast this n1 and n2. Now this will work. So this is how we can read the data into the multiple lines. Now suppose I want to print the average, so I can print the average as average comma n1 plus n2 divided by 2. Okay, right click, run. First number is 12, second number is 34, so average is 23.0. Okay, now here if I suppose if I rerun the program and if I input value as suppose 3 blank space 4, So first number is 3, second number is 4, so it gives me 3.5. Okay. Uh, Now I want to find out the largest number. Okay. So the technique which we are using if in C or in C++, same technique we use here if n1 is greater than n2. Now the most important part here is if you consider C or C++, we give it as max equal to n1 like this, else max equal to n2 like this we give. In C and C++ we give it like this. Okay, if condition, then maximize n1 and maximize n2. So here we don't use semicolon here first things, and the most important part here is after the condition we have to give colon compulsory, after else we have to give colon compulsory. This is the rule, and we don't give any curly brackets over here. Instead of curly bracket, indenting is important. This blank space is compulsory important. If you don't give blank space, it will generate error. So in Python, everything based on indenting. Okay, and then you can use here print maximum number is comma max. So now if I run this, input two numbers, so the maximum number is 56. The most important thing is after condition we have to give colon, after else we have to give colon. Here we don't have any curly brackets, and indenting is important. Indenting is most important part in Python. Okay, so this is how we can use here the semicolons are not required. Okay, and we can use here n1 is greater than n2, n1 colon n2 like this. Max equal to, so why it is giving error now? Okay, ternary operator just like C and C++ we can give here n1 n2. This is good, perfectly correct. Unresolved reference n1. Okay, I will check this now. If you check this program of C programming, like I want to read total underscore marks as int input, then I will calculate the percentage equal to total marks divided by 5. Now I want to print here the class. Okay, if percentage is less than 45 colon, I want to print it as fail, the student is fail. Okay, if percentage is greater than 45 and percentage is less than 60, I want to print this as pass class. Okay, just copy paste. If percentage is greater than equal to 60 and if percentage is less than 66, it is a first class, and if percentage is greater than equal to 66, I will give first class with distinction. Okay, so here we are taking total marks out of 500, then we are calculating percentage. If percentage is less than 45, the student is fail. If it is greater than or equal to 45 and less than 60, it is a pass class. If it is greater than 60 and less than 66, first class, and greater than 66, distinction. Let's check this. Input marks, first of all we will give 200, so this is a fail. Now every time, instead of executing program from here, I can click here itself, because same program I want to execute. Okay, so if I give 300 or 250, then this is a pass class. If I give now 300, it gives me first class, and if I give here now 350, it is the first class with distinction. Okay, so everything is working perfectly. So this is a logical if, this two is logic, this is simple if, and this is the logical if. So now the same thing we can do in C also. Now what is the beauty of Python here? Now this we will try to convert it here to check the beauty of Python. So here we can give if percentage in range. This is a range. Okay, so here, sorry, this is 45 greater than or equal to 45. So range 45 comma 60. So here, if you check this, greater than or equal to 45 and less than 60, that means it will start from 45 and it will go up to 59. So that I am using as a range, 45 to 60. Okay, so here hash indicates non-executable statement. It is colon is required here, and then here also I can give if percentage in range, what is the starting value, 60, and ending value is 65. So to make it non-executable, I am using hash, so it indicates non-executable statement, and then colon. Now again run it, right click and then run. Input marks 200, fail. Again click on here green arrow, play button. So it is 250, pass class, 300, first class, and then 360, distinction. So this is the range facility provided in Python, which generates the value starting from this 45 and it will go up to 59. Okay, this last value it doesn't include. Okay, so this is always less than second value. It starts with greater than or equal to 1 and it ends over here minus 1. So start with 60 and end is 66 minus 1, that is 65. So this is the beauty of Python, which is given over here. So same C program, we can replace it like this over here. Here in C or C++ we have switch. So here they have not given any switch. Instead of switch they have given if else ladder. So we don't have any switch over here. Instead of switch we have to go with switch ladder. So to go with if ladder, switch, not switch ladder, if ladder, select, right click, new Python file, and then give here with if ladder, and then here I can read any number, input any number. If this n is equal to 1, I want to print high. If n is equal to 2, I want to print hello. If n is equal to 3, I want to print welcome like this. Okay, and if it is other than this, we don't want to do anything. So in general, C or C++, what we go with here, we go with switch n. This is in C++, this is not there in Java. So we give case 1 and then break, and then case 2 break, case 3 break, like this we give. But this case here we don't have any switch. So instead of that, they have given switch ladder. It is like this. Else, ELS if, what is giving error? ELS if, okay, सही है. ELF. Okay, so now if I run this program, input any number 1, so it gives me hi. If I click here and if I input 2 and enter key, it gives hello. If I give 3, it gives you welcome, and it gives me 4, then it is visit again. So here we don't have any switch, so instead of switch we have if else ladder. So Python says instead of switch you go with if else ladder because it works in a same fashion. So in general programming we use else if in C programming. In Java we have ELS if. In C# also we are having ELS if. Here we have ELF, that is else if, and this is the default. If this is not compulsory, if you don't give it doesn't matter, but if you want to use it like a default, if it is not if it is other than 1 2 3, it will go to execute your else part. So this is about if else, if else and if else ladder. We don't have any switch into this. Okay, so in next video we will try to work on a for loop.